Peace fam, good morning, it's the Pressure Cooker. I'm back with another video. So in this video, I wanted to talk about Brittany Spears. Guys, this is such a sad story. I was very shocked about what was really going on. So if you guys remember, years ago, Brittany Spears was put under a conservatorship. And what that is when a judge appoints a person to be in charge of somebody's financial affairs and or their daily life activities as well. Depends on what they need due to either old age or mental illness. So obviously Britney Spears is not old. We know that she had some type of psychotic breakdown. I believe this was like 2007. She was it was not well, guys. She was not doing well. She shaved her head. She was wondering. There was a lot that was going on. I just felt so bad for Britney, and I really, my heart really broke for her. I usually don't really get caught up in celebrity stuff. Even though I talk about them, I don't usually think about them like that. But when that stuff happened to Britney Spears, I felt bad for her because I was like, wow, it's bad enough that you're going through this, but this is playing out on a public level. That has to be incredibly humiliating. Same thing with Amanda Bynes. You guys remember when she was having a lot of issues, and even though people were very annoyed with her because she kept saying a lot of inappropriate things, really Amanda wasn't well. She wasn't mentally well, So anyway, they put her under a conservatorship. I hope I'm saying that right. And I had looked up information more about what that is, and that the person who is, I guess, the identified person, not the guardian, is called a conservatee. So that would be Brittany. So she's been on that for years. And, at first it seemed like I felt it was good because, she wasn't doing well. She wasn't functioning well. And, I was concerned about, people taking advantage of her money or whatever. And, because I know she was in a relationship. I know she was with Federline. I always, even though he's a good dad, it always felt low key like he was a gold digger. But I don't know. I hope I'm not speaking ill on that man. That was just the vibes that I got. I just never understood that at all. And so I think they wanted to protect her. But I didn't know that they were doing all this extra stuff. So Britney Spears went to court, I believe it was a couple days ago, maybe even yesterday, and so much stuff came out in her statement. She wants to end the conservatorship. Okay, she's begging and pleading with the judge to end it because she's been going through what I think is severe emotional and financial abuse. So basically, it was so horrible. They were telling her, okay, she couldn't have kids. She had to keep the IUD in. So they had control over that, which I don't even know if that's legal. Okay, so her dad is like the head of this. There's other people, I guess, that works for them, but her dad is like, the one on paper. And she said they were watching her get, undressed and shit. Which really could be, this is going to sound weird. That might not be too far off depending on what her condition is. Like if she has a history of severe, suicidal thoughts and stuff, and they have to watch certain things, or self-harm, I don't know. I can see a scenario for that, but it definitely sounds like they're abusing it. So the IUD, they're telling her she can't hang out with her boyfriend when she wants to, so she gets to spend time with him, but it's very controlled. She wanted to end her Vegas gig because she was so stressed out. They wouldn't let her do that, and they were threatening her, saying if you do XYZ, you won't get to vacation in Maui. Just really, really messed up shit, guys. Like really, really effed up shit. Very, very controlling. And I just really feel for the girl because this is her money. This is her work. Okay, this is her blood, sweat, and tears. And imagine now that she's doing well, you got somebody telling her when she could do this and do that. Like that sounds like an absolute nightmare. I hope that the judge listens to her because she's not having a break right now. I could see if Brittany stopped taking her medication and she was in an episode of psychosis and she's trying to end her conservatorship, then I could see they're not going to really do it at that time. But it seems like she's doing pretty well. Apparently, she also wants to get married and have another baby. And one of the things that made me sad, she even went to her therapist for support, and it sounds like the therapist was kind of pushed her to the side, like she wanted to end her Vegas. What she talked to the therapist about, according to her, is that she wanted to end her Vegas gig because, that Vegas gig is a nice piece of coin, but that's a lot of work because I think they're there like multiple nights. Okay. And it was just kind of messed up because I'm like, well, why would a therapist be encouraging you to continue something you don't want to do? And they said in the article, it said the therapist, this is alleged, that the therapist said she was being difficult and didn't want to take her medication. So if that's true, that sounds more to me like the therapist is not working for the client, but he or she is working on the behalf of the family. Okay, Brittany didn't say she wanted to end therapy and stop her medications. That's not what she's saying. She wanted to end a particular job, which she should, be within her rights to do. And I would think if, that could be causing extra mental stress on her. I don't know. This situation is upsetting. I don't know about you guys, but that shit really irked my soul when I read it. Honestly, it reminded me of South Park. Okay, now I know that's crazy. Hear me out. South Park has this epic episode. This is like back in the day. It might have even been a two-parter, where they were basically showing like Brittany Spears kind of downfall, but then kind of like made it seem like she was going through this whole MK Ultra situation, just being controlled, and then she ended up being a robot. It was just very bizarre. I'm gonna have to rewatch it because let me tell y'all something, okay? This stuff is real. A lot of times they put a lot of things in certain animations and shows and movies, and sometimes some of that shit is true. Not the robot part, guys, but just the way she was controlled, it was very creepy. It was very eerie. And then they started chanting and stuff like the town. It was weird. I'm gonna rewatch that episode because I feel like it's just giving me reminders of that. And so anyway, I'm sending Brittany a whole bunch of love and light, and I hope that she gets, control over her life. Even if she has to continue a conservatorship situation, she needs to be able to have more say in it, because she's not that impaired that she, she should be stripped of all of these basic rights and stuff. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Speaking of comments, I know I'm behind on a few. I'll get to them, guys. I always read them, and then I like to respond. And if you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.